What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Devin Bear, here to whisper some sweet nothings to you, me and Zach, and all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. We had Korean Zombie versus Holloway happen this past Saturday. It was a fun fight. It was a sad fight. It was bittersweet. We saw Max Holloway finally get a finish that people have been kind of talking about for a while. It's been a long time coming to finally see that. But I think it says the story more, besides the finish, was Korean Zombie retiring.
Yeah, it was really nice to see him go out on a fight where he was out there throwing down. I think he caught Max and was kind of rushing and charging at him, and maybe he shouldn't have. But, it is what it is. He's a warrior. He's going to go out there, and that's what he's going to do. So
Yeah.
he did that, but it was really cool to see everybody, singing his song as they played him out. That was really cool.
It was super dope to see, man. But yeah, I feel like with the top 5 of the featherweight division right now, because it's so stacked, you can't rush in like that on certain guys.
Yeah, on really any of them.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't do that at that level anyway, which, I don't know. Zombies, he's a great fighter, and I love watching his fights. I always have.
Yeah, he's a guy I've been watching since WEC.
But he's never been, the guy that I thought was going to win the title.
Right. He just, when he got his chances for the title fights, it was cool to see,
Yeah.
I remember watching him fight Jose Aldo, and I was super sad to see that fight because he was doing pretty good. He was giving a good back and forth fight with Jose, and Jose was winning those rounds until but it wasn't like he was completely getting outclassed. It was just, he's a champion, so you kind of give him those rounds there back and forth. But watching Korean Zombie, his shoulder just dislocates. I think that's what it was. I think he broke his collarbone. I couldn't remember, but it was just tough to watch. And then
his fight against Volk.
His fight against
also
Volk.
tough to watch.
Dude, that was a hard watch, man. I remember we watched that one together.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, they need to stop this fight. He's gonna tell them no. He's gonna go out on a shield. That's what he does. And it sucked to see, but dude, that fucking Max Holloway, that overhand right, dude.
It was nice. I'm not saying he was panicked or anything like that, but he was being rushed, and he looked like he was still trying to gather himself, and he did. And when he started throwing back, it was obviously a little better timed and accurate.
Oh yeah,
a little bit more accurate,
right on the chin, dude.
Chan Sung Jung's. Yeah. But it was, like I said, still really cool to see him go out in a fight. Yeah. Not like he wasn't getting taken down the whole time, and he wasn't, holding someone against the fence and then went yeah, I did it, I won. Yeah. Just wanted to go out on a win. No, he went out there and he fought, and it was pretty nice to see.
Yeah, man. So hopefully, I do hope Korean Zombie stays retired because for not being a champion.
I think he will.
Yeah. But also for not being a champion, he has such a strong legacy and so much respect from tons of people. This isn't just from, he's from Korea. This isn't even just from that part of the world, it's just everywhere. He's known everywhere for being who he is, and it's great to see. It's awesome to see. Max Holloway, I don't know what's next for Max Holloway. I don't know if they take him to the 155. I don't know if he.
I wouldn't want him to. I want him to stay. At featherweight. It's hard because I am typically someone who doesn't want to see a matchup of the same guys over and over and over and over again. But him and Volk are so close. They're really both on another level. Volk's obviously on a different level. But if anyone's going to be able to really get a hold of Volk in that weight class, it's going to be Max. Yeah. And at the very least, we get a really fun fight every single time.
Yeah, I know that. I think I mentioned this to you, and this is just more of just a wild hair. It isn't really set, but I would kind of like to see him take some fights at 150 if some of these fun lightweights can make a 5 more pound cut or something fun, just to be, because Max Holloway is a prize fighter. He's not, even though he's not a champion, he's still a prize fighter now. And people,
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I would like to see them really make special fights for somebody like Max Holloway. Some fighters might get mad about it. Well, be as big as Max Holloway, and you could probably get some catchweight fights, Yeah. Because 145, you just see it, man. It's still such a hard cut for him. He's able to do it and still go out there and be completely normal, but also then he's cutting weight. He's not going to look the best,
It's always been a hard cut for him, but it's never hindered him a whole lot. But, at some point it's going to. And when it does, it's not going to be pretty.
I think when it does, he's probably going to end up getting knocked out. It's going to be a brutal knockout. Because, you have guys like Ilia Topuria is on the come up right now. in that division. He's the freshest name and right now, and I think he gives Max a pretty tough fight.
I think he beats Max because he would get it to the ground. I fully believe he'd get it to the ground, and I don't think Max would stand a chance on the ground.
Yeah. So Topuria even said it's going to be a masterclass when he gets these guys to the ground, which is crazy because he's been outboxing all these dudes.
Yeah. It'll be hard to outbox Max, but I think he can hit hard enough. I think he's good enough that he can land on Max. And once he starts landing on Max, it'll kind of change up the game. But that'll be hard to do because Max is really good.
Yeah, he's obviously very good. Yeah, he's great. And I mean, I just want to see this greatness continue. But I mean, we'll see what's up. So after that, so one of the things I've been kind of going around a little bit because we haven't talked about it, but Sugar Sean O'Malley, new UFC bantamweight champion, and it's exciting. It was a great knockout. It was a great showing. Like I said, leading into that fight, is anybody who's doubting Sean O'Malley probably shouldn't. He's a great fighter, you know, and he did exactly what we thought he was gonna do, and he got a good counter strike in, a great counter strike, and knocked out Aljamain Sterling. So people were kind of talking about who's next. He called out Chito Vera, and I don't care for that fight though. So just to kind of brush on real quick what I think the UFC should do, but they won't because they're going to see nothing but dollar signs with what's his name, with Chito versus Sean in December. So I think they should do Sean versus Merab for the title because Merab's earned that title shot.
I feel like that's obvious.
Yeah, he's earned that title shot. I mean, he's done what he's needed to do to be number 2 in division, technically number 1 because the guy above him was the former champ, and their teammates.
We know they won't fight.
They won't fight, and I mean, it is what it is. We already know that. So like with that, so I think Merab should be next because he's earned that title shot, and so make that fight for December if Sean wants a quick turnaround. I think if anything, give Aljamain a fight to show that he's still in the top division and should probably get a title shot next because Aljamain going up shouldn't happen. I think Volk kills him if they go up. If he goes up, unalives him. Forgot we could put this on YouTube. They might. It's okay. You not actually do it, but the reason why I think that though is Aljamain needs to prove that he's in the top. He's still a top dog in that division. You have Corey Sandhagen who's fighting guys in top 5, fighting guys outside top 5. And his last loss was to Tito Dillashaw in a fight that probably should, people think should have went the other way. Before that, though, he lost to Aljamain Sterling in a really one-sided, quick fight, quick finish. And I think that Corey Sandhagen is completely changed from who he is now. And I would like to see him finally get his title shot because I think he's deserving of a title shot. I know that his past 2 fights don't exactly warrant a title shot in the UFC's eyes, but fuck that. If you're winning, you're winning. Give him a title shot.
Well, fighting Aljo is not a title shot. It's the next best thing. And I think if you can beat Aljo right now, then you obviously deserve a title shot.
Yeah.
So you put Sandhagen against Aljo, it makes sense.
Yeah. And so I think with what you do with Chito Vera, just have him wait a little bit. Have him fight the loser of Corey versus Aljo. And the reason why I say that is because he's never really broken into the top 5. If he was in the top 5, he was out of the top 5 pretty quick because he couldn't get past Corey Sandhagen, And so it's like, okay, and he also just fought Pedro Munoz. He fought somebody outside. He's fought twice since the Sandhagen, only one time since the Sandhagen fight. And so he's shown that he's still a top tier talent in that division. So give him somebody that's inside the top 5. Let him prove himself again.
Yeah.
Somebody's throwing around Henry Cejudo. I don't think it should be Henry. He's out with an injury. So let's go ahead and pull him out. Like, okay, you had your chance. Your first fight back from retirement. They let you fight for the title. You lost that fight in a fight that you didn't look that good in, and now you're injured. So
it was a decent fight. He showed he can still hang. He can be competitive still, which is cool. I don't think anybody should have been questioning that. I don't think anybody was, but nobody should have been questioning whether or not he could be competitive in bantamweight today. But like you said, he's injured. He was retired before that last fight, so he shouldn't be on the table for any of this.
Yeah, he was able to talk himself into one title shot.
Yeah, he can't do it again, and he won't. Yeah. I hope that Sean doesn't push for that like he was joking around. I don't think he was serious, but let's hope not.
So what's it called? I really like watching Sean's reaction to Henry's reaction of what's it called? Sean winning the title. Hilarious. Check it out on Sean's Instagram. But and also another name that's still in the top 5 is Petr Yan. I don't think we can give him a title, not a title shot, but at least a title eliminator. because he's 1-4 in his last 5. I understand that he lost the title due to an illegal knee, but when they rematched, he clearly lost that fight.
Yeah.
He didn't win that fight at all. It was very one sided, and then and you don't think it's one sided? Go rewatch it. You'll see that he did nothing for the first 3 rounds, and look what had happened with him and Marab. I mean, I was watching listening to somebody talk about that fight, like going back to that fight, and you see like Marab goes to shake Pator's hand, and he like flinched because he was so fucking like like just distraught after that fight because it was just such a one sided fight, like it was. I think with Pator, he needs to prove that he belongs in the top 5 still, but the thing is because of how of a top world class talent that Pator is. Give him somebody like Song Yudong. He's on the come up. He's inside the top 10. He's young. He's showing some great stuff. I understand he had his chance to get in top 5 with, what's his name, with Corey Sandhagen, and even though there was a back and forth fight, he was still losing that fight. So give him Jan. Jan needs to prove himself before I even consider him for title talks.
Yeah, I think I like that matchup for the same reasons that I like Corey and Aljo.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like someone's got to go. One of us can move forward. The other one's got to go somewhere. Yeah. Corey's moving up. He's been beating everybody, like you said, above and below him. Aljo just lost the title, and if they're not going to do a rematch, because if they don't give him a rematch, I understand why. He is dominant of a champion as he was. How if you want to put an asterisk next to that, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But he was a dominant champion, but he got knocked out in the second round. He didn't look really good until this knockout.
Yeah.
It was just a fight, and then he got knocked out. Yeah. Not that Sean took that fight over or anything, but, he won by a knockout in the second round. They had a whole round to fight, and he didn't set himself apart from Sean. So I don't think he needs an immediate rematch. But you make him fight Corey, and it's like, okay, if he loses to Corey, it's like, okay, yeah, you just shouldn't be here anymore. Not in the top couple of guys anyway.
Yeah.
And then if Corey loses, it's like, okay, yeah, you can't be in a title contention either. So one of them's got to go. And I think the Song and the Jan matchup is kind of the same thing because it's like you want to be a top 5 guy, but you keep losing. So Jan's got to either win, or if he loses, he's got to go. Same with Song. You keep winning, you keep beating all these guys, but you want to be a top 5 guy. Every time you fight someone in a top 5, you lose. You need to beat them, otherwise go back to fighting lower ranked guys.
Yeah, I would say put Pator against Rob Font, but Rob Font's coming off of a loss as well. He just had a really bad one-sided loss to Corey Sandhagen. It was a short notice fight. Don't get me wrong, but so that you do have to take that into consideration. I know that they say is you don't if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, but you know what I mean. But still, like it was what the game plan was for that fight. I don't think he expected Corey to wrestle that much. So,
yeah. I think give Font give him a guy that is on the come up, because he hasn't been to the top. Corey's kind of been to the top.
Yeah.
So put him in the position that Jan's in right now, where it's like Jan's been losing, and I know Font hasn't been losing, but coming off a loss to Corey, who is kind of the guy to beat outside of the top 2.
Yeah.
Is Corey ranked number 3?
I don't remember. I can look it up right
I feel like he should be.
I was looking at the rankings last
Maybe
night.
4. Marab is
number 2.
Marab's number 2. Sean will be champ. And Aljo's number 1, or what?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like Corey should be 3. And if he's not, wouldn't really make a lot of sense to me.
You know what's crazy? I was looking at these things last night. Dominic Cruz is still ranked number 9. Yeah.
Where's Song at?
Number 8.
8? Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know, but it's just something else. But I mean, dude, even give Rob Font give him fucking Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, I was about to say him and Dominic would make a lot of sense.
I was gonna mention that when you were talking about next matchups, but I think that's what they should do.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's play some matchmaker.
Yeah.
So let's see. Then you got. I mean, I don't know.
Bantamweight's just kind of a. Now that Sean has won, it opens up a lot, but at the same time, it kind of makes things weird because I think what we have to do is get past whether or not there's going to be a rematch, because they love doing rematches for title shot
Yeah.
or title. Whenever the champion loses the title,
Yeah.
they love doing rematches, and I'm not always for it. This would be a time where I'm not really for it. I think if Sean fights Marab, I think he loses, and then what is Aljo going to do?
Go up, I guess.
Yeah. So I think if they do that matchup, which they really should, Marab has more than earned it.
Yeah.
He sat in line and waited until Aljo was gone for him to get a title shot, and Aljo's gone now. Go get it.
Yeah.
He needs to be campaigning so hard for it too. And I don't think he is. He wore the stupid jacket to the fight. You have that stupid storyline to try to build up whatever fight. I don't know. I don't think you need that, but if they felt the need to, well, we don't have any video for promo, like, there you go.
Yeah.
The little guy was wearing the red jacket, you know. Put that on. Dude, no one cares.
That would be hilarious if they put that in the promo,
though. I mean, what else do you have? Like,
yeah.
So just do that. Build the fight. People will either want to see it or not, because Marab's a wrestler and they don't want to see Sean get taken down the whole fight.
Yeah.
But Sean's got good jiu-jitsu. I think he has a really good guard. And if Marab's going to sit in Sean's guard, I think he'll end up, I don't know if he'll end up getting tapped, but I don't think he'll sit there comfortably.
You know, the next pay-per-view is Adesanya versus Strickland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that's funny.
So I mean, this year we could have Sean O'Malley, Sean Strickland, and Colby Covington as champ, and so that's a possibility. Can you imagine those? Can you imagine all this? Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, dude. Like, it's gonna be nuts. And I mean that in a sense because these guys say and do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
UFC PR team is gonna have a fucking. It's a good thing these guys are fighters and it's not a company setting, like a company as in like an office setting, because HR would be having a terrible time with these guys. It'd be fucking hilarious.
I just don't see how Sean can beat Izzy.
Oh, dude, how?
Anything can happen. It's MMA. I understand, but what is he gonna do? Like, I will say, everyone's talked about his wrestling. I've heard a lot about his wrestling. He has good wrestling. Where was that against Alex Pereira when he needed it?
Yeah. Life or death.
Yeah, like I don't think Izzy's gonna knock out Sean the way Alex knocked him out.
Yeah.
But he could.
I could see it being a really nasty flying knee. Like, cause he knows how stiff he is.
Yeah.
And just
I don't know. Sean stands really upright though.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, you know. So I just fucking Izzy's super athletic, dude. So
yeah.
We'll see what's up.
I'm not saying he couldn't get up there. I'm just saying it would be ill-advised if I was his corner. I'd be like, hey, why are you gonna? You don't need to do that.
Go out there and have fun.
Destroy his legs. Go out there and destroy his legs. Point and laugh at him. Make him start to do something stupid and then catch him.
What's that? When Trevor Whitman told Kamaru Usman, go out there and have fun, he got knocked out that same round. But before the Adesanya and Strickland fight, though, we do have one fight. And that's going to be
Cyril Gane and Sergey Spivak.
Yeah.
I like Spivak. I'm just he fights guys I like more.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time and I feel bad.
Well, I mean, I'm not counting him out for this fight just because we saw what happened with Cyril's last two fights with wrestling. And what's Sergey good at, you know?
He's kind of good at wrestling.
Yeah. And so I don't put it past Gane that he could knock him out and just be technical, make it hard for him. But if he hasn't really adapted that game since the John Jones fight, then I think that I think that it's gonna be a tough night for him, you know, because he's not a pressure fighter.
I'll say this: I don't think that you can use Jones as a comparison for what he should do against Sergey. Sergey's not John Jones.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He's not the wrestler that John Jones is. He's not as clean. He's not as quick or athletic. But he's going to be bigger and stronger, maybe. But you know
who's a better wrestler then?
Francis. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just something to think about. Cyril has a lot to prove because I think the fight with John Jones was embarrassing, and he's talked about it. And I don't mean that in a sense of like, oh, dude, he got obliterated. Like, he openly said that he just like how embarrassed he was from that fight. So he has a lot to prove. He's gonna be in his home country in France. So that's
That
gonna,
fight's gonna be. Oh, that's
mhm, yeah,
why Manon Furo is in
yeah.
co-main. That
And
makes
so
sense.
he gets to prove himself in front of his people, which is a tough task. It really is,
Yeah.
you know. So, but he gets to bring this one home, let everybody know that he's still a legit fighter, and not legit fighter, but legit top fighter.
If he wins, I would love it if he could win with a flying knee. That dude has thrown some flying knees
He's like inches,
so
like
high. Yeah, and they're insane. Like the way he throws them so hard, so fast, and he gets really high up there with them.
yeah,
And then yeah, he's just like an inch away from their face with it. And I'm like, dude, if only. If Derek Lewis can do it, why can't you?
yeah, yeah,
Just kidding. Derek Lewis is different. We know. We know this.
yeah.
But
A lot of things don't work on Derek Lewis, you know, like grappling and all the other stuff.
I've seen Cyril Gane almost land one on Volkov, and that
Yeah,
from then on I was like, I need to see him get a flying knee knockout because that was amazing. Like he threw it, and he almost like, maybe in my head I'm exaggerating it, but I don't think I am. He almost just clean jumped out of the cage.
it was pretty. It was high.
It was
It was high.
because Volkov's 6'5", 6'6",
Yeah, he's like 6'5".
and he got his knee up there, and Volkov was not hunched down.
No, he wasn't. He just barely missed it. But yeah, so Manon Farrow fighting Rose Namajunas as well.
I like Rose, but I want Manon to win because I really like watching her fights.
So last time I watched Manon fight, you hyped her up for
Yeah,
me.
I did, and she
Yeah.
was boring.
Yeah,
I'm
and I was
sorry.
like, "Oh man, dude, you gotta stop doing this. Like you're playing with
Yeah.
my emotions, Zach." But yeah, man,
It's it's that meme where it's like, oh, when you watch MMA by yourself versus when you watch it with your
dude,
friends.
it's the fucking worst, man. Even that's I was watching that card by myself too. But yeah, man. So I think I don't know. We'll see how Rose does with this bulking up and all that. I know it's only 10 pounds, but it's we've seen it before in the past. Going up a weight class can be tough for these smaller fighters.
I just don't see Rose being competitive in the top of that weight class.
Yeah, because I mean, look who she's got. She's got Valentina, Alexa Grasso.
That alone is
Alexa
going to
Grasso.
be what stops her.
Who else?
Is Valentina.
Who else does she have? She's got fucking Aaron Blanchfield, Talia Santos.
Blanchfield submits her.
Yeah.
I think Grasso would have a decent fight with her, but when it went to the ground, I wouldn't be surprised if she got the submission.
Yeah. So lots going on there. Let us know your thoughts. I'm looking forward to this weekend. See some good fights. France is the last UFC France was a fun card, so I expect this one to be fun as well.
Yeah, Saint Denis fighting on this one.
Oh shit,
Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah,
Benoit.
Yeah.
Benoit. So not Benoit.
It's he has the apostrophe he has over the I in his name is Benoit.
That's weird.
Yeah, we don't.
Well,
ben
unlearn everything I've learned my whole life. All right,
Chris who?
Benoit.
But yeah, man. Fucking, I forgot he's fighting.
That's going to be a really fun fight.
Yeah,
he's always someone to keep your eye on.
And he's fighting Thiago Moises.
And I have long left the Thiago Moises station.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have.
Like, I forget he still competes.
Yeah, well, he got fucking fed to the freaking Wolves.
But that's this weekend's card. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think about these matchups for bantamweight. If that's something, or if you think there's better ones, let us know. Put it in the comments. Message, comment on Instagram. Something. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know at Devin the Bear.
Yeah, let us know.
Like, subscribe, follow. Be sure to watch this coming up Fury card this Friday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, that's Hayden, and we just recently talked with him. That was a good time. Beanie Wells, a lot of people from ACS are fighting. Nico is fighting a lot of people. That card's actually going to be very stacked.
Josh Altum headlines the card.
Yeah, he does.
We've seen him fight one time. I only had to watch him fight one time to know I'm a fan of this guy.
Yeah, he is very aggressive on the feet and whenever any grappling exchange is happening, he's attacking with something.
He trained right there with Joel Romero. I mean Rivera. Sorry. Yeah. I'm thinking about Joel Romero. Joel Rivera's got these guys, man, their hands are fucking nasty. Definitely tune in. These guys also train over World Training Center with Richard Adam Copley and Jeremy Mahone. So, I mean, these are some serious talent. Make the time to be sure to watch these cards. Give you something to do on a Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be at the Moody Garden Center. So be there. Most likely it'll be streamed either on the Fight Pass YouTube or Fury's Facebook.
So they stream it on UFC Fight Pass Facebook or Fury's Facebook. So check those two out for the undercard. For the main card, it'll be on UFC Fight Pass.
It'll be on Fight Pass, not
Yes,
their
sir.
YouTube?
No.
Okay, because I know the last one was on their YouTube.
So usually for cards when they have the pros headlining, they have them on UFC Fight Pass. So
well, there you have it. That'll be the Fury upcoming card and the UFC upcoming card. Yeah, like I said, let us know.